I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this time. I'm going to actually show some development. I'm going to be skipping around a lot, skip all the boring stuff, but I'm going to be showing some after. Alright, so my video driver crashed, revealing to me I hadn't actually been recording any video, so let's try this again. I'm going to run quickly through the current issues. Let's open up the test scene. Yes, loading all the tattoo maps, and alright, so in the game I'm gonna wait for everything to load first, all the textures. Alright, that's fast enough. I'm gonna run through the issues again. With the items, the inventory doesn't seem to do anything. I'm clicking, nothing's happening, even though I have it obviously selected in the corner there. There is a bug in the movement system that I hit space, well, jumped off there. Where? Right there. I had to press space a couple of times before it actually jumped off the wall. That's actually reattaching back to the wall that I'm jumping off of. That still somewhat works. There's an issue where if I go into the wall at an angle, I'm not exactly on the wall, facing it directly. Actually, all of those still work. This actually still works strangely. Oops. That was a mistake. That's gonna lag the hell out of everything now. You might notice kind of hovering just above the ground. That's a bug. Yeah, see it really good there. An issue with the input, that if I hold V down, this is only supposed to trigger on key press, but if you notice if I hold it down, it acts like I'm doing a key press every frame. It's a bug with the input that doesn't happen with a joystick. It only happens with the keyboard. That's the new thing that happened when with the new engine layout. The memory management is a lot more strict, so when I quit this, it's going to give me a null reference exception. It's trying to delete something that's still being used somewhere. Okay, so right now today I wanted to work on the voxel editor. This used to be the voxel editor, where you'd edit voxel files and big props that the terrain generation could use. So let's open that up. Voxel editor. So there's a few things that have to be changed. This was previously made for the very first version of the voxel terrain. It was all just blocks, square cubes for everything. Now it's not square cubes anymore. There's actually normal data for smoothing it out, and that has not been added to this editor. So there needs to be like sphere, cube, just shape selection, and it also needs to actually start making the mesh first. Start getting on that. And while that's compiling, code there. Yeah, that's better. Since the engine change, they also changed how the GUI system worked. Everything's in local coordinates now, so I'm also kind of chasing missing buttons here and there. Yeah, this is definitely using the old system. You can see right there, build boob mesh. Boob mesh was the old type for the terrain sectors. Now they're just called sectors. I don't think I'm going to change the name right now. Okay, so I am creating the mesher. I am creating the mesher. I create the mesh, and I only give it the collider. I don't give it to the renderer. And the renderer is not doing anything. Ooh, and it's using the old rendering system. So before, after it was built on the OpenGL 2.1 specification, which it was done incorrectly, essentially. And that completely changed before the new engine. So, because it's an array now? Oh, because there's only a single material per object now, it's about the passes, right? Okay, so there needs to be a Mesh drawing object. Thought I created one specifically for this situation. Nope, I'm just gonna make another class inside the renderer for this. Utils. Okay, we'll just do this. GL mesh renderer and utils. Ew. Copy you. And might as well copy you. Class GLT mesh container. Let's do if VBO verts equals 0 gl dot create buffer. I'm gonna look through the old code, see how things rendered, because this isn't working to deal with this massive clusterfuck. Is a good word for it. Clusterfuck. So I'm gonna open this, and everything's in a single folder. Alrighty. Octree, that's what it's called. Octree renderer. Open. Let's see this shit. I'm not sure how this code works. There's like stuff that's not even used here. This will build the shader. Okay. Yeah, you're not even fucking using it, you moron. What is that code for? It's not for anything. Interesting. Oh shit. Really? Yeah, there we go. Now we're getting something broken, but it's something. Progress. The reason I want to work on this voxel editor specifically is because it's, in regards to the generation, it's a perfect test bed for testing all the operations like adding a box, adding a sphere, various other shapes. And it's also pretty important in creating more assets for the generation. Like the very first terrain system, the first one, which this editor was for, created towns and other junk. Towns, caves, little watchtowers placed here and there. That was all created with this voxel editor. I want that working again. That'd be awesome. That. I think that's due to invalid data inside the voxel. So when it tries to find a matching point for the two edges, it's like it's a nonsensical result and sends it all the way out there. So first things first, I'm going to, you know what? Let's fuck this. Let's do, where's the CSG? Okay. We need the terrain side buffer volume editor, which takes the accessor and a 0 point. If find VAO, we're going to rebind pass attributes. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Really weird. I don't think that ever worked, so we do add sphere instead. Add sphere with the radius of 1 or 2. 2. We're going to make this a little bit higher. Let's try that. Oh boy. Well, I call this progress. Well, at least subtracting works. But everything else is borked. Borked all the hell.